Welcome to The Explainer. We're all about taking big, complex ideas and breaking them down into clear, engaging presentations. So have you ever wondered if there's a blueprint for building your true self? Well, today we're digging into a really fascinating framework for self-development drawn right from a series of chapters in the Quran. Think of it as a guide for constructing the very core of who you are, from the inside out. We're going to walk through this 6-step journey together. It's a blueprint, really, for putting together a personality that's both resilient and truly balanced.
Okay, let's dive right in. To get this, we first have to understand the core concept, and that's something called the Nafs, or the self.
So the Nafs isn't born good or bad, not at all. Instead, it arrives with the potential for both. It's like it's created in this dormant, natural state, just waiting to be activated and shaped by the world around it. And how does it develop? Well, it's through this constant cycle you see right here. We observe things, we store that information, then we compare it to what we already know, and finally, we reflect on it all to form new conclusions. You know, this very process is what the Quran actually encourages for building a mature self. All right, so the very first step in this blueprint is all about radical self-honesty. And this idea is beautifully laid out in the Quranic chapter called the Sun. This chapter is basically telling us to look inward, to really, honestly, acknowledge that we have this dual potential inside us, for both good and for bad. It's a powerful call to stop kidding ourselves, because denying this inner truth, well, that's a direct path to moral decay. So, here's the big takeaway for this first part. Real, true development doesn't start by trying to change the world around you. No, it starts with having the guts to look inward and face the truth about yourself. It's all about taking full responsibility for what's going on inside. Okay, so once you've faced yourself, you find you're standing at a crossroads, and there's a choice to be made between two completely different ways of being. The chapter The Night paints this incredibly clear picture for us. It asks a pretty fundamental question. Are you going to be the hoarder, totally driven by greed and what you can get right now? Or are you going to be the giver, guided by compassion and values that actually last? And you know, this parable of the golden hen just perfectly illustrates the danger of the hoarder's path. It's that burning desire for instant gratification, for everything now, that ends up destroying the very source of goodness and real lasting value. What a powerful lesson.
But let's be real, choosing the right path doesn't mean it's going to be a walk in the park. In fact, this blueprint fully acknowledges that the journey will have its moments of doubt and even despair.
At some point, pretty much all of us feel this deep void, that feeling of being totally abandoned, like our cries for help are just echoing into nothing. It's that moment of desperation where you might even start to wonder if anyone out there is even listening. And it's in that exact moment of darkness that the chapter, The Morning Brightness, comes in with this powerful reassurance. It's a reminder of all the times we've been cared for in the past. It's there to help heal a broken ego, rebuild your sense of self-worth, and to help you understand, deep down, that you are not deserted. Now we get to the actual structure of the self. Our full potential, according to this blueprint, rests on 4 foundational pillars. The chapter The Fig sets the stage for these pillars with a really profound statement, that humans are created in the best of stature. What that means is we come factory-equipped, you could say, with a set of tremendous, powerful capabilities. And here they are, the 4 pillars of our self: intellectual capacity, spiritual capacity, moral conscience, and emotional intelligence. The key is, these aren't things we have to go out and get. They are potentials already hardwired into us. The real work, the masterpiece, is built by developing each one of these in perfect harmony. But, and this is a huge but, there's a critical warning here. If any one of these pillars gets overemphasized, if we become all intellect and no heart, or all emotion with no reason, the result is a distorted, unhealthy self. Just like that cracking structure you see, the whole thing becomes unstable. And all of this, it brings us to the final stage of the blueprint, achieving a state of beautiful, functional balance. So the ultimate goal of this whole Quranic blueprint is to sculpt a personality that is strong and stable across all 4 of these dimensions. To have an intellect that's sound and reflective, a spirit that's connected and content,
a moral compass that's balanced and just, and emotions that are both compassionate and resilient.
So if we step back, what you should really take away from this is a clear 4-stage path. It all starts with that radical self-honesty. From there, it moves to making the right choice, then finding your self-worth during tough times, and it all leads to nurturing a profound inner balance across those 4 pillars.
At the end of the day, this framework isn't just some abstract theory. It's a really practical blueprint for your own daily growth. And that leaves us with a powerful question to think about. Which part of your blueprint will you work on today?